Okay, I'm back again. I've got a similar little working that I had before. So again, I've got the triangular shape of the candles, and I've got the doll babies. So I bound these little dolls together, and I actually put a little, if you can see, a little ring to symbolize their commitment. I'm actually going to, when I finish it, I'm going to padlock this as well. So the male and the female doll with the petition together, bind towards you, put a little ring and a padlock. That's your binding done. So, yeah, I've got three spirits again from the Lesser Key of Solomon, Goetia spirits. And the reason why I chose the spirits, I've got Ipos, Andromalius, and Salos. Uh, so I'll read again the little bits and pieces. So Salos, this is Salos, the sigil. If you're printing these off the internet, I advise you to go over them in pen, and I always write on the back my little petition. So Salos, color green, incense sandalwood, metal copper, planet is Venus, he's a Venusian spirit, element earth. Serena Allora Salos Akin is the N. His original purpose, Salos is invoked to cause men to love women and women to love men. Then the author, she goes on to say, she gives a modern day rundown on it. Comparable to Rossier in the Ducante hierarchy. That's Rossier I worked with in my previous spell. Salos can be invoked during marriage ceremonies. That's very interesting. Okay, so there's a really nice energy around Salos, by the way. So I could have set him on a green candle, but I put a purple one because we want to bend this person's will. So that's why I chose purple. But I will be offering. Well, I've actually already done it. I might as well tell you the truth. I have actually already called these spirits prior to this, and I've offered incense and I sometimes offer alcohol, or really, these spirits aren't, to me, they aren't anyway. They aren't that fussy, so I would offer them just whatever I have, be it chocolate, sweets, whatever. And then I like to make their name known when they do come through for the client. So let's move on to Andromalius. This is Andromalius' sigil here. So again, I felt the need to call Andromalius for this client because I just think she needs protected. And the original purpose is to find thieves and stolen goods. Invoke Andromalius. He can also help uncover plots against the magician and to punish those involved. He discovers hidden treasures. But that's not the reason why I've called on Andromalius. If I read the author's notes, you'll see why. Andromalius works well for execration and protection. Invoke him as a ward in your home to protect against theft or harm against you by other people. Wear his lament when going out alone or going to dangerous places. So it's basically for protection. And I've a black candle here for the reason why is I want to cast off negativity off the client. Let's see. His color's red. His incense is dragon's blood. His metal, copper or silver. Let me see. Planet is Mars. His element is fire. His N is Tassa, Fubin, Andromalius, Onsa or Onka. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. And then we have Ipos. He's at the start of the book. Yeah. So I chose pink for Ipos. I could have used blue, actually. Blue is his color. Incense cedar, metal tin, planet Jupiter, element water. N is Disa, and Ipos Ayer. Original purpose, he knows all things, makes men witty and bold. Interesting. Author's notes. Some texts say Ipos is an Earl and can use those correspondences, Mars, iron, red, etc. as well. Invoke Ipos for courage or to be more decisive. Ipos can also be invoked to sort out confusion or to bring your emotions under control. That is the reason why I have chosen Ipos, basically to give the client some courage, because I feel at the minute she's lacking it. And I do think the spirit will help her. So that's my 3. And I like to shape them in a triangle. So if you're going to be burning these freestanding candles like this, please be careful of the sigils. It's probably best just to tuck them in underneath the plate, because you don't want, and the dolls. I like to keep the dolls in the middle, but I really do. I really do keep an eye on my candles, because I just don't want anything going wrong. So I'll be lighting them up. We'll start with Andromalius, and then move over to Celos, and then Ipos. So when these candles do burn down, I will put the little dolls into a little honey jar once I padlock them. So, oops, that's what we've got at the minute. I've got some cards here I'm going to read for the client. I'm just going to move this. So like I said, I normally will burn a chunk of candle each night whilst I'm focusing on this. And, calling for her situation to turn around. So I'm going to pop these to the side. Okay, so I've got some cards. The center card is the child. So that is telling me, I'm thinking of naive behavior. I'm not saying it's you by any means. I'm thinking it's him. So that's your key card, and that's the problem. The main issue at the minute is childlike behavior. So this is just me looking at, at the issue on the whole. The card over here is the pathways, and I have an anchor beside it. So that really is a decision needs to be made about settling down, because the anchor to me is something that's steadying itself. It's an issue that needs to be steadied and put in one place. And I feel that your relationship is so rocky at the minute, and you need to be put in that one particular place, and the decision needs to be made about that. So that's what needs to be done. Over here, communication, that's the birds, and the mountain. The mountain is difficulty. So I'm thinking communication. It's been a while since you've communicated. But I think he needs to come to a decision about the future. But I think that little child is implying that he needs to come into maturity. He really needs to be mature. And I think there's a lot of people around this man that are of a negative influence. Also, that's the vibe I'm getting. But he needs to become his own self. He has to become a man. He has to step up and become a man. And I think that's what it all boils down to at the moment. I did look at some oracle cards, and I know I need to do a more in-depth reading for you. Let's have a look. What way did these come out? Because I need to put them in the correct order, even though it doesn't really matter. Their oracle cards are straight to the point. Just keeping an eye on these candles. They're burning nicely. Really nice. So the first card out is restriction. I'm sure you feel that way, kind of restricted. And then I've got the hawk, omens and messages, addressed card. And I've got the Grail Knight, romance and seeking the sacred. The spider, creative projects. And then we've got love. So I do think if we could get him to, drop this sort of persona that he has, and, get him to push on through, and I think things will work themselves out. He has to stop. He has to stop, listening to other people, and, embrace his relationship that he has with you. Excuse me. Because at the end of the day, he needs to be committed to you, not to family. Yes, family has its place, but, I think he needs to truly grow up and to move on past that, and I'm sure these spirits will help you. They're powerful spirits, and I like to work with spirits that complement each other. Excuse me. It's strange because I received an email a while ago, and it was someone, I'm not sure if it was a male or female, to be honest with you. It was someone asking me for help and the person said that they were working with, and then they read out this long line of spirits from all these different paradigms. And yeah, I would work with spirits from, different paradigms too. Obviously, like, I work with the Holy Death, and I work with the Goetia, but this was Palmajira, and it was the Holy Death, and it was the spirits of the Goetia, and there must have been about 10 to 15 spirits, which to me is just, crazy, because I think you don't need all those spirits, and that's very confusing. So it's just crazy, and that will not be a success, in my opinion. I like to use, or not use it because I don't like that word, I like to ask the help of spirits who complement each other, like these spirits in the previous spell, Paimon, Rossier, and what was the other one? Is Sidri, I think, yeah. And then in this one, Andromalias, Ipos, and Salos, because they all target different areas of the relationship, if that makes sense. So it's just basically to let don't overload things. I'd like to also mention that I'm getting a lot of people hitting me up with regards to do I have any reviews and stuff. And I've already addressed this before, but I'll address it again. I, at the minute, don't have Facebook. I'm contemplating maybe doing a business page. It's just, I don't know, I'm just a bit strange when it comes to reviews, because I want people to come to me because they're drawn to me. I don't want them to come to me because of a review, but maybe it's something I should be doing. It'd be nice for people to actually leave a review for me, at the end of the day. Also, these rates that I keep getting asked about as well, success rates. I don't measure success rates because it's too difficult and it wouldn't be accurate. I will say one thing, though, that I think a good 60 to 75% maybe are return clients. So it's just to let you know that. But a lot of people tell me that down the line, months down the line, that they've obtained their results. And a lot of people, in all honesty and fairness, they just bounce around spellcasters willy-nilly. They're just like addicted to it. They think, oh, after like maybe a few days or a week, that spell's not working. And then they move on to another spellcaster, and they're not even given the spell time to work. So, you get people like that as well. So it's just really difficult to put a percentage on my results. I just think it's not accurate. But like I said, the majority of my clients are actual return clients. I haven't had a lot of difficulty with people. There's just been one person that, in all my years of practice, this person is just crazy. And I don't like saying things like that about people. And of course, I'll keep her name out of it. Of course, I'm bound to silence no matter what. But you get a lot of people, and they come to you, and their life is already in shatters. It's shattered, and you try your best to try and help them, but because their life is already, that way, and they don't want to come out of that rut that they're in, there's nothing you can really do for people like that, because they haven't got the right mindset, and they expect spirits to just, do this, click your fingers, and the spirits will, help them. And I was getting a lot of messages that were very confrontational and stuff, and this lady had a substance issue, and she would message me when she was under the influence, to say the least. But I don't want to say too much, but I haven't had a lot of problems with people. So, I try my best for people. It's my creed is to help people, and I will be there. I might not email constantly, but I'm always there, and I'm always on your case. I never think I've forgotten about you all, because I'm always there. If you message me, I will get back to you. I do be busy, very busy at times, but I will always get back to you. So I just wanted to say that. So I'm going to give this message to the client and attach her video and thehouseofmagick@gmail.com, and I'll talk to you all again. Oh, if you have any videos you're interested in, I will definitely consider getting them uploaded for you. Psychic seduction is a big one at the minute, and I'm definitely going to do a video on that because I am so interested in it, that and both psychic vampirism. So, keep an eye out for that one. I'll also be doing, I'm thinking about doing some readings, maybe a go live or something. It might be a bit strange for me, but I'm not sure even if it's difficult to do. It's just, I'm so technology terrible. I'm terrible with technology, so it's something that I'm a bit apprehensive about doing, but at the same time I want to do it, if that makes sense. So anyway, I'm warbling. So speak to you all again soon.